Hey guys, I'm Yaneda and welcome to my channel. I am here at Jennifer's apartment. This is Jen.
Hi.
And if you're coming from Jen's channel, thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you subscribe. I'd really appreciate that.
We're thinking of a name. We're thinking Pony Pack. I'm thinking Pony Pack. You
She is thinking
no.
Pony Pack. We'll come up with it. We want to come up with a name for...
Leave recommendations.
Yeah. We have just finished making paintings for Jen's Halloween.
Painting pumpkins.
Pumpkin painting.
So I think you're gonna finish your painting.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm gonna paint the other side of mine. I also could paint a piece of paper.
I'm
gonna paint the other side.
Paint the other side. He's got multiple sides, you know.
Yeah.
You can really channel in that ugly gourd and make it beautiful.
Thick.
She thick. She be thick. And so I made Jen's cat, and its name is Nemo. It's very cute.
Yeah. That's really cute. I feel like the look on its face, it's funny because that cat really doesn't even have a face.
It doesn't. It just has eyes.
For some reason, the look on it is like
mortified.
That encapsulates Nemo's personality.
Yeah, like Nemo is a very scared, shy cat. I forgot to bring you the anti-anxiety thing for your
I need that.
cat.
I should actually probably try that for when I fly. Is it only for cats?
It's only for cats.
I'll try it anyways. But I feel like in every scenario that you have Nemo in, it's like
anxiety.
Nemo's only, what's the word? Nemo's only emotion is whoa. Whoa.
So we're telling scary stories, and this isn't a scary story to anyone else except me. And so one day we're shooting at Jen's house, and I'm just standing.
Because you could like act it
It's
out.
not me, but you know what? It should be me. So Yaneda was here. She's just standing in the living room, and then out of nowhere, Nemo comes. She's like, she like shoots right out from her bedroom, goes and hides under the toilet, and I'm like,
She had the zoomies.
I'm so scared. And then you're like, you scared the cat. And I was like, the cat scared me. And then I was just standing there, completely forgot Nemo existed again. And then she zooms out from under the toilet, freaking curbs out. She like bitch slaps me on the way out, hides under the bed, and I'm like, again, starts freaking out. I cried a little bit. I was really scared. It happens. I get scared. I cry. And that's Nemo, and so there I drew it.
I love the way that you describe her as coming out from under the toilet as if she's some monster like coming out of the sewer.
She was just there like behind the toilet like, and I was like, look at it. And that's how I feel. She just comes out from places, from under the bed or comes out from the toilet.
People don't believe me when I say that I have like a legitimately psycho cat.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are like one time somebody like got mad at me because I was saying that I don't let my cat like on the bed. Like she can go on other furniture. She can go on that couch. Like she's got like, believe me, this cat has got a great life, but like I don't let her on the bed because that's like I don't want like fur.
Space.
Yeah, and also like it's time to
also
like,
the fur
breathing
gets
in.
there.
Exactly. And like I live in like a small New York City apartment. Like it's bad enough that, you know, you kind of have to like bite the bullet of like breathing in cat stuff every day. Okay, so yeah, but people were like mad about that. And then like I feel like if I ever say that my cat's a psycho, people are like, you don't love your cat. But it's like, no, like
I really love my cat.
Yeah, I love her. Which is why I'm okay saying she's psychotic, but I still love her.
Yeah, she is a little bit eccentric.
She's really something.
She is something.
What should I paint on this side?
I feel like
paint a witch on a broomstick.
You should paint a witch on a broomstick. Well, so we're telling scary stories today, and so I told you my scary cat experience with Jen's cat, Nemo, but now she's gonna tell us this very scary story.
Yes. So on my channel, Yaneda told a story about a ghost story about George Washington.
I don't know if it was George Washington that was messing with me, but someone was messing with me. So if you haven't seen it,
oh yeah, we've landed on either Chingy's career or George Washington.
Regardless, if you haven't seen it and want to know what my scary story is, you can watch it on Jen's channel.
Before I tell this story, I want to give a little bit of context because this is a weird story that I'm about to tell. I don't believe in ghosts. And this whole conversation of like what I do and don't believe can get a little bit dark, right? Because I feel like if you if you believe in like a soul or a spirit, if you believe that humans have souls, you usually believe in some sort of like afterlife, right?
Yeah.
And so you usually believe in some kind of like ghost or like spirit that exists outside the body. So story.
Yeah. So you were just going on about how if you believe in souls.
Yes. Okay. So I feel like people that believe in some sort of like soul do believe in like an afterlife, because you believe that there is something that is outside of like the physical realm, right?
Yeah.
So I don't believe in ghosts or spirits. I don't even believe in like a soul. So this is why this story is so bizarre. There was a time where, so like I said, my parents are divorced, and so my mom and me, like in my first story that I was telling back on my channel, where like we were living in that apartment together, eventually, so my mom gets married and she marries this architect, and this guy built the house that we ended up living in, but he built it in a really strange way. And so he built it so that like there were a ton of these like weird crawl spaces like in the walls. We literally had a door like in our house that led nowhere. It led to outside. It just opened up into the woods.
That's really creepy. Is your
It's
dad
really
a murderer?
It's really, really weird. And like in my bedroom, I had this like ladder that was built into my wall, and it went up like basically into this ceiling, into this like crawl space where you could like crawl through the walls. Like it's a bizarre place.
Oh hell no.
So he would build houses. He was a house builder, and so he built that house. And so eventually we ended up moving in with him. And there was one time when I was like maybe like 11 or something. What do dinosaurs look like? We all go out to the movies, and on the way home we had taken separate cars. So me and my mom were in one car, and this guy's name that she married his name was Carmen, and so Carmen is in a separate car. And on the way home, he was gonna stop at like the food store. I think he was stopping to get ice cream or something, like because we were gonna like just like pop down and watch TV or whatever. So he's like stopping at the store, and me and my mom are headed back home. It's like maybe like 10 at night right now, like 9:30, 10. The other thing that I should say is this was like a big house that was built on a lake, like in the middle of the woods, away from everybody. Like there are no houses. Like we've got like neighbors, but you can't see the neighbors from the property. Like they're like, and this house is like off the main road. Like you drive down like a dirt road to get there. My mom still lives in this house, by the way. If you've ever seen When a Stranger Calls, like that house that she's like babysitting in, it looks
made with glass?
Exactly like my house. My whole living room was glass and overlooked a lake. It looked exactly like that house. It's really creepy. All of a sudden, like, cause you know, we walk in basically into the kitchen, and the moment that we walk in, we hear this like something being dragged across the floor in the attic above us. And this is not like, the reason why this is maybe like the scariest story that I have to tell is because there are so many other stories in my life where like I have an explanation. Like I can say like, oh, maybe that was like the neighbors and you were just like hearing it, but no, this was like clear as day. Like something was being dragged across the floor in the attic, and we could hear somebody stepping as they were pulling it. So we could hear someone's shoes like on the floor as they're pulling this thing. And so me and my mom like both froze in fear. Like we're standing there in the dark, like in the kitchen. We didn't want to like turn any lights on or anything. We're just standing there staring at each other, like listening to this thing being dragged across the floor. And so we both like just immediately like started crying and both ran back out into the car. And when we ran out, this is one thing I do remember, is we had this like light in the front yard that was like a motion sensor, but we had it because we obviously like we lived in the woods, and so if anyone was going out at night, you'd like want to be able to see because you don't know if there's like a coyote or whatever out there. And so that light had gone off again, and like I don't know if this was someone who had like, if someone broke in. The other thing is like we did have a couple cases where like things were stolen like from our house because the guy that she married was not like a very like well-liked guy. And so like to me, I'm like, wait, like was this someone who had broken in? But at the same time, there was never any
signs of like breaking and
there
entering?
were no signs of breaking in. Like when we told Carmen, he didn't call the police or anything. Like he went and inspected it himself. There was nobody up there. And also when we left, me and my mom, we got back into the car and we drove down the dirt road, which is the only way to get in or out. There's no other road, it's one dirt road. We drove down the dirt road and we like parked on the side of the road, like just outside of the dirt road, and no one came in or out. Like we just waited there for Carmen. So it's very like curious like how someone would have gotten in there. Also, like you hear stories all the time about people like squatting in houses. And so it's also like, okay, did this person find a way to get into the walls and was like living there and we just couldn't find him because like there were so many like trap entrances. It's a weird house. Also, like I said, my mom still lives there, so
I feel like yeah. I don't know, but first of all, no.
I mean,
In
I
a
was
forest?
I was 10. I didn't really have a choice. This is really the only story that I remember that is like, if ghosts are real, that was 1,000% what that was. Look at this little moon!
I added a moon.
Oh my god, I love
Should
it!
we reveal? Or is your dinosaur done?
I mean, yeah. Does it need a little moon too?
Yeah, give him a moon.
Right.
I'll show what mine is.
Okay.
So I've upgraded Nemo because Nemo's Halloween themed. He's got this little moon.
Nemo's a girl.
Oh.
What?
But like, I like Nemo. She's cool. She's kind of weird, but I like it. And so I made Nemo. Then I also made Nemo's mommy, which is Jen.
Is that me?
But you looking kind of crazy. So I added, I don't know why. I guess you're like, if you had green hair.
Is that an avocado?
No, that's a camera. But it does look like an avocado. Can you see that?
Avocado.
It's pretty funny. And so I made your gray sweater, but it kind of just looks like boobs.
No, those look like my arms.
Okay, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's why I tried.
That looks just like me.
I gave you like curly hair, except like the little butt of the pumpkin is like right by her nose. So I'm just calling it like Jen on a bad day. If she had like a big pimple or something.
Yeah, if I had acne.
Yeah, you have like a really big like right
I
there.
love that you gave me Kylie Jenner lips and some thick eyebrows.
Yeah, like I made you thick.
You got the jawline right.
Yeah, I did. I was like, that's how I started. I was like, I know what Jen's jawline is like. I'm just gonna draw that. And then yeah, and so now it's a happy little family.
This one's so cute.
It's like you in your house. You and your camera with your cat on Halloween.
That's actually really true. And this is like the perimeter of my apartment because it's like 2 feet by 2 feet. I made this. To be fair, I was painting on this bumpy, deformed bump.
Yeah.
But it's a dinosaur and it's wearing a witch hat because it's a dinosaur that dressed up as a witch for Halloween.
Is it wearing gloves? Because it looks like it's wearing gloves.
No, that's the end of the broomstick.
Oh.
I mean, the gloves can be cute. I gave it little shoes though. Look at those. I gave it little boots.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Fashion.
Soy stylish.
Like use my code. See you guys. That's awful. And then there's a moon because it's Halloween. Duh.
Let me see. So what's in the moon? Why does it look like it's a planet?
Those are clouds. Oh, you mean like the...
Yeah, the blue. The blue is clouds.
The blue is clouds.
Okay.
You've never seen a blue cloud before?
Not at night.
Okay, well. Way to stifle my creativity.
It's cool though. I just thought it was like maybe there was like a pack of witches flying in front of the moon. Because you see like that blob could have been a witch and that could have been another witch. And they're like trying to get to the dinosaur.
This is like the best that you're gonna get.
She was just like,
you know what we should do?
What?
We should give these back to the store that I just bought them from.
you're like, actually, I want to return these.
No, I mean we should give them back. Like here, like thanks for selling us these pumpkins. We decorated them for you. Do you want to put them on display?
Put them on display and sell them for twice the price.
They'll like buy them back from us. They'll be like, no, that's fine. Here's your money back.
You guys suck. Although I can't lie, this is pretty cute.
That's perfect.
Nemo's definitely the winner here.
Yeah. Nemo's the winner.
Well guys, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you have any ideas for what to call our, like, this community that we're gonna build, let us know, because we only have
Let us know if you like the pony pack.
Cause let us know if you like the pony pack, because Jen really likes the pony
pack.
pack.
I kind of stand that. The pony pack.
If you like this video,